the United Nations plans to end world poverty by 2030. It's the first of 17 Sustainable Development Goals designed to make the world a fairer, safer, and better place. But have you thought about what that actually means? Poverty is not being able to afford basic things like food, water, healthcare, or a safe home. You may already have some idea what that looks like. But poverty happens everywhere, and it's not the same for everyone. Sometimes it affects entire countries and generations of families.
Hello, welcome. We are going to discuss the SDG 1 from the 17th SDG goals. Also, we are going to develop an application which will be helpful to achieve the SDG 1, and if we achieve SDG 1, it will be helpful to achieve the rest of the SDGs. Therefore, SDG 1 is most important goal from 17 SDGs. Here are our group members. There is me and KLGR Damayanti, Savindi Jayatilaka, S. Pravina, AVUS Priyaratna. This is our presentation content. Each member of the group will be explained each part of the content. Now I am going to give you a brief instruction to our selected SDG goal and importance of that and how to implement in Sri Lanka. The Sustainable Development Goals. There are 17 Sustainable Development Goals. These goals were introduced by the United Nations organization and hope to achieve in year 2030. I think all of you know these 17 SDG goals, and I am not going to explain one by one. Then I am going to explain our selected SDG, that is number 1, no poverty. This is the global view of the poverty in all over the world. 10% of the world population still live in extreme poverty today. They cannot fulfill basic needs like health, education, access to water and sanitation. Worldwide, the poverty rate in rural area is 17.2%, more than 3 times higher than in urban areas. Developing countries are most at risk during and the aftermath of pandemic. According to the UNDP, income losses are expected to exceed $220 billion, impacting education, human rights, and in the most severe cases, basic food security and nutrition also. SDG 1 and poverty in all its forms, everywhere, targets, indicators by UN. These are the indicators and targets introduced by UN. There are so many targets related to the SDG 1. Also, there are some targets here. Then I am going to, who is the person I am going to introduce, who is the person in poverty. A person whose real per capita expenditure per month is less than the value of official poverty line. We will introduce such a person who in poverty, which means unable to afford minimum calories intake and basic food and non-food requirement. Then I am explaining the current situation of the Sri Lanka. In 2019, an estimated 14.3% of the population in Sri Lanka live below updated poverty line, that is 6,966 rupees per person per month, and amount to around 3 million individuals live in poverty. Also, the highest head count index reported from Mullaitivu district, and it was 44.5 based on updated poverty line. Also, the lowest value is reported from the Colombo district, and you can see the value in 2019. 11.9% of household in Sri Lanka in updated poverty line. You can see the clarification and explanation of the what is updated poverty line and the official poverty line in this slide. This is the situation, current situation of the Sri Lanka, and I took these details from the Department of Census and Statistics. Then you can see the poverty rates by ages and gender according to the poverty rates according to the ages and gender. 16.8% of updated poverty line under age 18, which means there are 16.8 of percentage who are under the age 18 years who are suffering from the poverty. Also 13.8 of percentage on updated poverty line whose age 1660 or above. 14.5 of percentage of male and 14.2 of percentage of female are in updated poverty line. That is the current situation in Sri Lanka. Also, presently, Sri Lanka facing the economic crisis, lack of foreign currency, and so many problems, lack of jobs, employment opportunities. Therefore, we are going to introduce some solution, especially for person who in involvement in daily wages. That platform we are going to introduce to increase their job opportunities. That is our target. We'll see how this is going to the develop. Also, these are the some statistics. I obtained these from the Department of Census and Statistics. These are the impact in the present crisis, also the poverty situation. Then steps to overcome I mentioned here. These are the steps to overcome in Sri Lanka. You can easily see this. I am not going to clarify or explain deeply. Then I am going to importance of the implementing the SDG 1 in Sri Lanka, the first goal. Why we implement this first goal in Sri Lanka, and now I am going to clarify and explain this. Introducing Sri Lanka, formerly known as Ceylon and officially the domestic socialist Republic of Sri Lanka, also is an island country in South Asia. It lies in the Indian Ocean, southwest of the Bay of Bengal and southeast of the Arabian Sea. It is separated from the Indian subcontinent by the Gulf of Mannar and the Park Strait. That is the some introduction of the Sri Lanka. And still Sri Lanka is a developing country and majority of people suffering from the poverty. Also the present economic crisis is available. Therefore majority of people suffering from the poverty. Increasing of poverty is case to effect to all the sectors of the economy. That has happened in presently also. As a reason of poverty, as a reason to affect all the sectors of the economy, and as well as to make lower living standards. Therefore, it is essential to take necessary action to reduce the poverty in Sri Lanka. The SDG goal 1 says no poverty, hope to achieve in 2030. Therefore, the steps should be taken immediately to achieve this goal. It will be able to achieve other 16 SDGs, which means rest of the SDGs except goal 1 can be achieved by reducing the poverty of Sri Lanka. Therefore, SDG 1 is very important thing from from 70 SDG goals. Therefore, we are going to introduce application to develop a system. People who are working as daily wages to increase their job opportunities, to came up to their job opportunities. We are going to introduce a new system. Then my other members will explain from this. Thank you.
Hi everyone, this is Praveena MIT 076. My index number is 2055076. Here I am going to explain about existing ICT based solutions in Sri Lanka or other countries found in the literature. The very first mobile application is Onavedak. This software solution is designed by Sri Lankan company called Hardshard Private Limited. This software is help to the people who are struggling to hire the workers and also workers who are struggling to get the work for daily wage. This contains two main parts. One is work, another one is hire. There are 13 categories of workers available. Users can pick them according to their preferences. The first interface of the Onavedak application. Here are some categories for workers from technician to woodworkers. The next software solution is Kebokuli mobile application. This application is developed by Indian software company to help railway passengers. Passengers can hire cab or the porter to carry their luggages. Kebokuli mobile application will help to workers to earn money easily, and also passengers can believe the porter. Interface of the Kebokuli mobile application. The third software solution is All Better. The software solution is to hire handyman valuable services for homeowners and landlords. This application has rating services, therefore users can pick experienced workers. Interface of the All Better mobile application look like this. The final software solution is Handy software. Handy offers cleaning, electrical, maid services, plumbing and etc. in USA, UK and Canada. The Handy app is ideal for hiring, cleaning, handyman, electrical and plumbing services. The interface of the Handy application. Those are the very basic existing ICT based solutions to help daily wage people in Sri Lanka and other countries. Here I hand over to another group member to continue the presentation. Thank you.
Hello everyone, my name is Savindi Jatilaka, MIT 046. My index number is 20550464. In this presentation, I will be giving a brief overview of the proposed digital technology solution that falls in line with the principles for digital development. All right. So I will start by giving a brief introduction. Our proposed system will be discussing an ICT solution in regards to the SDG 1, which is no poverty. In here, we have decided on developing a digital platform which is aimed at locals who earn daily wages. This is a platform which will further promote their jobs and skills as services, for example, carpentry, house painting, coconut plucking, etc. This idea was proposed in hopes that locals who were affected by the pandemic and then the economic crisis will have a new path to get back on their feet and then will have the means to provide for their families who are currently suffering. Through this app, there is also the option for clients to be able to pick whichever service or service provider they prefer and call or book them for specific days. It also provides ratings and reviews for particular jobs and skills. As stated before, the reason we chose this was due to the decline of such jobs for the locals and the breakdown of communications due to the COVID and then the economic crisis. This app was developed will be mainly focused with the main language as Sinhala or Tamil since it is aimed for our locals, but the option of English is also provided. Furthermore, it should also be stated that the proposed solution does fall in line with the principles for digital development. The objectives that were considered when proposing this ICT solution for the SDG 1, no poverty, are as below. Our main objective was to provide a platform to our target audiences that would make it easier or more efficient to provide their services and hence earn money. Our next objective was to promote the services of local communities and local workers, henceforth improving the country's internal economy in that way. Another objective we considered was providing relief to the families of daily wage earners that were affected by the pandemic and then the economic inflation back to back. So, to further elaborate on this, our target audience that we considered were local workers that earn daily wages and local workers providing small jobs, as well as clients searching for local service providers who can find them in a way they can find them easily. Furthermore, the ICT solution that we proposed for the SDG No Poverty will also cover some of the targets given by the UN for Goal 1. It is displayed in the slide provided as you can see. Goals 1.1, 1.2, 1.4, 1.A and 1.B will be covered by our proposed idea. Well, this is a brief look into the solution that we provided for Sri Lanka in terms of SDG 1, no poverty. And now I will let my teammate give you an even better idea by elaborating on the design interfaces of the system that we proposed. Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Upeka, MIT 075. My index number is 205507558. Here onward, I'm going to explain few of the interfaces and their functionalities designed for our system. This is the landing page. It is simply a login page. Registered user can log into the account by providing correct username and password. If user is not registered, he can register by clicking sign up free button. And there is another button called change language. User can change the language into Sinhala or Tamil by using this. After clicking sign up button, user will directed to the next screen. There are two types of accounts according to the purpose. He can select relevant account type. Customers are looking for workers to get some services. Workers are the people who provide several services. Next comes the registration page for worker. Here, full name, username, password, age, email, contact number, speaking language, living area, and profile picture is requested. They can add several services. When he comes to add a service list will be provided and he can pick up one or can add new service using other option. Lately, a new service also automatically added to the list. After entering one service, that field will automatically increase to add another. Finally, he would hit the create account button to finish the account creation. This is the registration page for customers. It's not much complex as workers. Here, it simply requires some data such as full name, username, password, contact number, living area, and profile picture, and hit the create account button. After registration, they can log into their account. This would be the home page for customers after login. Here is a search bar and below that there are some applicable filters. Elasticsearch is available here. List of filtered results would be available while searching. After login, workers homepage would look like this. Left side there are some navigator buttons and right side there would be some results if available. Selecting profile will direct to the profile page. Here the selected one is new bookings. Available booking request will display here with two options, confirm and reject. If booking is confirmed, it will be added to the upcoming list and to the calendar. Upcoming list is to display already confirmed bookings in ordered manner. User can also view calendar, reviews and ratings using other buttons. This is the last interface I am explaining. It shows the worker profile. There are two views, worker view and customer view. Worker can update his profile by hitting update profile button. Customer can make bookings, rate the worker and view more reviews by hitting relevant buttons. Thank you. This is the end of my part. Presentation will be continued by another colleague.
Hello everyone. I am KLGR Damayanti, registration number 2020 MIT 070. As you all know, we are proposed IT solution for SDG goal number 1 to achieve no poverty. First of all, I like to show the thought was done by Muhammad Yunus, the Nobel Prize winner and the economics and the founder of Grameen Bank in Bangladesh. He said that I believe that we can create a poverty-free world because poverty is not created by poor people. It has been created and sustained by the economic and social systems that we have designed for ourselves. The institution and concept that make up that system, the policies that we pursue. Muhammad Yunus. Here to sum up with the ideas we discussed before. Increasing of poverty is cause to effect to all the sectors of the economy as well as to make lower living standard. SDG goal number 1 is the main goal leads to sustainable development. Other than this, can't achieve some other goals as well. According to UNDP, income losses are expected to exceed $220 billion in developing countries, and an estimated 55% of the global population have no access to social protection. These losses will reverberate across societies, impacting education, human rights, and in the most severe cases, basic food security and the nutrition. Southern Asia and Sub-Saharan Africa are expected to see the largest increase in extreme poverty. In Southern Asia will with an additional 32 million people living below the international poverty line as the result of the pandemic and the economic crisis. Our proposed IT solution for daily wages to improve their professional acceptance demands and lead to increased living standard. By improving living standard, and it is directly affected to the Sustainable Development Goals number 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 and etc. They can properly effectively manage their time, labor as well as to schedule the work preferably to both customer and the worker through proposed IT solution. ICT use can become a powerful force to attacking poverty and helping societies shift to sustainable development. To realize the potentials, governments and their development partners, including aid agencies, local businesses and civil society, must make ICT a key part of broader and smarter strategies to eradicate poverty and promote equitable and sustainable development. Finally, my special thanks goes to Miss Ellen C. De Silva and the other lecturers of ICT Innovations giving such opportunity to come up with IT solution for SDG goal number 1. Then we gathered so many informations from other sources, other external sources like World Bank and the UN organization and the Statistic Department of Sri Lanka and other similar IT solution owner sites. Finally, we can't achieve our targets without having contribution of our group members. My special thanks goes to our group members. Thank you all.